which is an event that will take place in Albany, called Don't Frack New York. And this is really our statewide debut for the whole fracking movement. It's not just a rally, because what we're delivering, we have a deliverable on August 27th, which is the pledge to resist fracking in New York. That's the signature thing that we have. So we are delivering our signatures in the same way that the signers of the Declaration of Independence swore their sacred honor and their welfare and signed their names on the bottom of a document that was sent to the King of England, knowing that they could be putting themselves in mortal danger by doing so, declaring their independence. We are declaring our independence from fracking. We're going to deliver our names to the governor on the 27th. So we are going right now to do a kind of verbal pledge that you can indicate by putting your fist in the air. So we have a visual narrative of the pledge to resist. Hang on, you can rehearse it if you want. So you can always put your fist in the air. So my friend Reed is going to read the pledge so you can hear it. And this is something we hope that you will carry, not only as a signator yourself, but as an ambassador for the pledge to all your friends and family, because the pledge is a different trigger for action than when you're doing here. You are already have triggered your action, and so have I. But for folks who are not yet engaged, what we need them to do is say that if Governor Cuomo should allow fracking in New York, that they are willing to join with us as their conscience leads in acts of demonstration, which can include civil disobedience. So that is the pledge that we will deliver, and hopefully we can, by delivering the pledge itself, we can change Providence itself, right? Because the idea is that if we can show the governor the depth and breadth of the opposition, that if we can show him that we will lay our bodies down if it need be, he may back off. That's the hope. That's the hope and my belief that that is possible. That the political cost is too high for him to move forward. I don't even care what the governor's decision is. We just don't want him to be able to act on that decision. And I think altogether we have an opportunity to do that. The Pledge of Resistance has an interesting history. It's based on one that was used in 1985 during the Central American military atrocities and hostilities. And that pledge in 1985 said that if there was a ground invasion of Nicaragua, everyone who signed the pledge would be willing to show up at the nearest federal building and commit civil disobedience. And so basing our pledge on that one, the pledge to resist fracking in New York says that if the governor should allow fracking to go forward in the state of New York, and of course it's our pledge, so we get to decide what allow means, right? We're not talking about waiting until the drill rigs show up on the horizon. Then we pledge together our collective commitment to put our bodies out there, not just our voices, but the bones and the blood plasma and our cerebral spinal fluid and our muscles and everything about our physical selves. We pledge that as well as our voices. So let's together take this pledge, and to do that, I introduce to you my friend Reed.
Thanks, Andrew. Hey all, my name is Reed Steingraber. I'm a coordinator with the Green Umbrella, the Youth Action Network fighting fracking. When we pledge our allegiance to something, we put our hands over our hearts. But today we're pledging our resistance. So I want you to put your fists in the air, and I want you to hold them high. And I'm going to mic check this, Occupy style. So please, repeat after me. If Governor Cuomo permits high-volume, horizontal hydraulic fracturing,
if Governor Cuomo permits high-volume, hydraulic fracturing
in any part of New York State, I pledge to join with others, to engage in nonviolent acts of protest, including demonstrations and other nonviolent actions. As my conscience leads me. I make this pledge. in order to prevent the destruction and poisoning of New York's water, air, and food systems.
In order to prevent the destruction of New York's water, air, and food systems.
On which life, health, and economic prosperity all depend, including that of future generations.
All depend, including that of future generations.
Are you ready to fight?
Yeah!
Are you ready to resist?
Yeah!